Hi everyone, my name is Alison Conteh. I'm a high school researcher from Atlanta, Georgia, and my mentor's name is Karen Lee. And with her help, I've successfully conducted research on the nature versus nurture debate within the criminal context. And we've all heard the saying that criminals are not born but made, and that suggests that our environment molds us. However, criminologists actually argue that we have some individuals are predisposed to criminal behavior from birth, either due to genes or genetic factors. So, what really drives a person to cross the line into criminality? Well, through my research, I aim to unravel the web of factors and contribute my perspective to this enduring debate. Thank you. Okay. So, let's start off with, oh, I'm so sorry. Um,
Okay, it happens. Are you stuck on this slide?
it changed. Do you see
There we
did
go.
the slide?
Yes,
All right. Okay. So let's break down each perspective, starting off with nature. Well, nature is the assumption that criminal behavior is most influenced by inherent and biological factors. This theory suggests that some people are more biologically predisposed to aggression, impulsivity, and antisocial behavior. Key variables that are commonly used by researchers to support their argument are genetic mutations and disorder, specifically the MAOA gene, also known as the warrior gene. So, the MAOA gene has been linked to increased aggression and antisocial behavior. This is because it affects the breakdown of neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine, and all of these neurotransmitters regulate mood and impulse control. This also stems to our next argument that dives deeper into neurochemical factors, and these are the neurotransmitters. So, imbalances in neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine can influence criminal behavior by affecting mood, impulse control, and aggression. Low levels of serotonin are often associated with impulsivity and aggression, while heightened dopamine activity can increase reward-seeking behaviors, potentially leading to risk-taking and potentially risk-taking behaviors. So, these chemical imbalances can impair decision making and make emotional regulation. So, making more individuals more prone to criminal behavior because their brain seeks pleasure in committing criminal actions differing from what usual people do, like going outside. Another key variable that supports the argument that criminal behavior is a predisposed genetical factor are prenatal and perinatal factors. Oh, I. So these factors are influenced by pregnancy. So they can impact criminal behavior by influencing brain development and increasing the likelihood of neurological and cognitive impairments. They're often stimulated by substance abuse and poor health during pregnancy. Next, we will take a dive into the nurture sequence. So, nurture theorists suggest that environmental variables and social influences are fundamental contributors to the likelihood of someone committing criminal actions. This one dives a little bit more because each category also includes its own subcategory. Like family dynamics include exposure to parental neglect, abuse, or domestic violence can heavily impact someone's criminal behavior because they're already predisposed to viewing criminal behavior. It can influence a person's own definition of criminal activity. Some may be desensitized to it because they had already previously observed it from home. Also, including family structures like authoritative family structures, they can be more strict, while some family dynamics have less stimulation, which can some families have less stimulation, which can weaken the bond between each person. However, people stemming from poor family dynamics often leave the home early and repeat the cycle of criminal behavior due to their own comfort. And the only way to seek comfort is to repeat the behavior they were exposed to from childhood. Another important factor is economic status. So, poverty creates an environment with limited resources, education, and limited opportunities. This can serve as and so this can serve as a socioeconomic stressor and lead to someone feeling like they're putting themselves in a box where they feel marginalized, which label is also a very big reason why someone stands to commit criminal behavior constantly because it is what they are known to be labeled as. So when someone is put in a place where they have limited socioeconomic resources, they have no choice but to commit criminal activity to reach their basic needs or achieve any sort of status. Another variable is socioeconomic, not social interaction. And through social interactions, individuals learn norms, behaviors, and values. So the social learning theory highlights that behaviors often learned through observation and imitation within one social environment are likely to be repeated. And through social interaction, especially within adolescence, people crave to feel accepted and to feel as if they belong within one community. And through that social interaction, especially within adolescents where their brains aren't fully developed, they are more vulnerable to commit criminal activity based on the peers they hang around, especially within the male demographic where we have females have built communities based off of more emotional bounds. Oh, oh, okay. So females created, I'll just skip ahead. Community and neighborhoods is also a big factor because disadvantaged communities are prone to higher criminal activity, creating an environment where crime is prevalent. I argue that, I'm sorry, it's loading. Okay. I argue that both nature and nurture is an interplay of both when shaping one's criminal tendencies. So the two big factors I stand with, which support my argument, is the presence of substance abuse and low IQ or education. Genetic predispositions can make some individuals more vulnerable to addiction, while environment can encourage it further. People exposed in lower people exposed with poverty and bad neighborhoods are more likely to receive drugs because of exposure, while brain chemistries can make someone more vulnerable to substance abuse and feel as if more connected to it to survive. And due to impaired judgments, those people who are within substance abuse can continue to commit crimes. And individuals with lower IQ or poor educational outcomes may struggle with understanding consequences and navigating complex social or legal systems. Yeah, and when they are in a poor environment, they have no choice but to have less opportunities within their IQ and education because it was all they were exposed to. And with brain abnormalities, either from postnatal or perinatal structures, which was their parents when during pregnancy, they are more likely to have a lower IQ. And due to their own parents' substance abuse, that can also impact nurture, how they were raised, and whether they're likely to continue that cycle continuously. So all of these factors all play a role within each other, and there is no one factor that fully contributes to one's criminal tendency. That is my argument, and